Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this replay. Right now Seinfeld trying to produce some additional units, taking a look at the unit overlay, producing some Mutalisks and some Zerglings. Not really mining out of this expansion right now. Is he transferring some drones? No, not really transferring any drones either. Also building a Changeling, so that Changeling going to turn into a Zealot in just a moment. Immortal now going to be coming in, trying to take down this hatchery. This hatchery is going to see better days as it's going to get quickly focused down. Zerglings coming up. Not going to really work. Spinecrawler going to get taken down, and this hatchery is going to fall as there's not enough base defense. The army of WhiteRa just too strong in this particular instance, but Mutalisks are in the air to try to finish off these Immortals, and if those Mutalisks are able to just hit and run against those Immortals, that may be enough. Seinfeld has a single Changeling on the map right there. A Changeling still has 160 hit points, so very, very nicely done. No attack though, so I think that's an easy way to see it. In fact, wow, what the heck happened? Sorry, Immortals now moving in, so those, I guess wow, I was focusing on that Changeling, and those Mutalisks were able to finish off the rest of those Stalkers, and the Immortals trying to focus down, now that Spire down to 50 hit points. The Queen quickly trying to regenerate and heal it back up. That's the first time I've actually seen Transfusion being used by a Zerg player ever, so very, very nicely played. Seinfeld being obviously a very good Zerg player. Mutalisks up in the air, those Mutalisks able to focus down those Stalkers, so that army of Stalkers now coming back over here, and now those Stalkers trying to come in thinking that the Mutalisks are going to come in here, but in fact they're coming over here at the expansion, and now focusing down these probes, those probes getting focused down and get off that mineral line. We're going to take down one single photon cannon. Stalkers now trying to come in and try to focus down as well. One Mutalisk gets taken down, but now with that high ground, being able to spot up onto that high ground, those Mutalisks are going to have a very, very easy time just continuing to move around and focusing and harassing. Those Mutalisks do not, in fact, morph into any other unit. So a Mutalisk stays a Mutalisk. It does not turn into a Destroyer or a Guardian like in StarCraft 1. Secondary hatchery now once again being built back up. A single Overseer, a couple of Zerg cocoons down here in order to try to make some more Zerglings. And now those Mutalisks coming in from this north hand side, gonna come in and start harassing the probes once again. Stalkers trying to do some harassment. There is a single photon cannon in there, but those Stalkers are gonna be able to just really just move in, and those Mutalisks need to get up to that high ground in order to just escape right there. Those Mutalisks now sitting on that high ground as that WhiteRa continuing to try to produce some more probes or casting Chrono Boost around the map. Zealots being produced as well. WhiteRa with the larger army, but still Seinfeld with a very, very effective harassment and putting WhiteRa on edge right now. Forge now getting Chrono Boost cast, but there is no upgrades yet. A little bit surprised by that. Why would you Chrono Boost a building and not do a Forge and not do any of those upgrades? Mutalisks now coming back in, trying to finish down or take down that last cannon. Cannon getting taken down, and once again going back up onto that high ground. Taking a look at the Zerg and how quickly they heal. Healing fairly slowly, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, so healing very, very slowly, so that is going to be pretty effective. Right now coming back over here, we have these destructible rocks getting destroyed by these Immortals and these Zealots. Zealots going to be able to finish off these as those Immortals are perhaps going to head up to the high edge. No, they're not going to head up to the high edge. Now going to push in over here. Zerglings may try to swarm these units, these Zealots and these Immortals with those Stalkers. And excuse me as my computer once again decides what it wants to load. Banelings now being morphed on that backside, so those Banelings will in fact be able to just start trying to splash as much damage as possible. And those Banelings are going to be a little bit of an issue for those Immortals. Immortals can take, what, 10 hits from a Baneling before they are cancelled. And now here come these units. Zealot's going to get quickly taken down. I swear I set my CPUs. I even tried to turn off hyper-threading, but it didn't really work. In come those Banelings, but that Overshield just absorbing most of that damage right there. Yeah, only taking like 5 or 6 hits. Hatchery quickly getting taken down once again, and Seinfeld in trouble. Taking a look, we have a single Mutalisk now coming back from that engagement over here. Disruptor now coming in as well. Overlords need to move away as quickly as possible, but without that speed upgrade, these Stalkers are going to be able to finish it, and the Sentry is also able to deal so much damage as well. So Overlord's getting taken down, and Seinfeld is going to in fact lose this game as he's finally down to what, 80 of 40 food army and unable to produce any additional units. Banelings trying to be warped in, but quickly getting taken down or trying to get focused down by these units. Immortals with full hit points and coming in and able to just soak up all of that Baneling splash damage. And the Stalker is now going to come in and just finish off the rest of this game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Seinfeld has left the game, and WhiteRa takes it. Seinfeld did in fact have another hatchery over here to the north, but he would not be able to saturate that mineral field in time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this this Protoss versus Zerg Terran free replay.